It's a big week this week for our Irish cottage renovation.
The concrete floor is finally getting poured.
And this is one job that Kayvan definitely can't tackle solo.
The question is, did we order enough concrete?
So this room is 1.8 total. Really? Yeah.
Nervous and excited and anxious.
Tasty here. There we go. Oh, so yummy.
Right then, so as we are pretty much all cleared out, it's more prep work for the concrete slab pour. A little bit more tidying. I need to re-establish the floor height after sweeping and cleaning up all of the detritus from in here. Re-establishing the floor height again, and then laying the damp-proof membrane. So we are going to be doing some more floor height measurements, which means lasers. Lasers activate. So here we are, folks. We are 2 days out from the concrete arriving to go on the floor. Yes! It's been a manic few evenings getting all of the prep work done ready for this pour. So it would have been nice and straightforward and nice and easy, just getting the plastic down and then getting the screeding rails in situ, but I couldn't even start that until I undid some of my hard-earned efforts from previously, where I hand-barrowed the, I don't know, what was it, 7-10 tons worth of hardcore, and then several more tons of sand blinding into the cottage. And when I got the laser out to give it a final check over, I don't know what happened. I'd lost an inch. That all-important inch. So this was meant to be a 4-inch pour, 4-inch slab, because that's pretty much the ballpark for the minimum structural slab, right? You know, plus or minus half an inch between friends. I don't know what happened. I don't know if my laser I got the datum level wrong, but whatever. I'd lost an inch throughout the entire cottage floor. Then to rectify it, I had to painstakingly scrape an inch of the compacted hardcore and sand blinding layer away, and even so I am borderline. It's a bit of a compromise in terms of what I wanted, which was the full 4-inch depth, but it is what it is. In doing so, it has compromised to some extent the sand blinding layer. There are some compacted stones kind of showing through the surface. So I'm going to give it a little rub-a-dub-dub with a further bit of sand blinding. I'm actually going to double sheath the floor. I've got some spare damp-proof membrane, so I'm going to put an initial layer down and then a second layer on top, and hope, maybe it's probably in vain, but hope that it provides the actual protection from the rising damp. So that's the plan, and then I can get the screed rails into situ and we are all ready for the pour. So there we go, levels are adjusted. So we're gonna have a concrete slab of 85mm, so 15mm shy of ideal, lost half an inch. 3.5 inch slab, it's not ideal, but it's good enough. I mean, all the concrete mixes that are delivered to site and the pre-mixed stuff is all stronger than it really needs to be anyway. You can see after I've given it a final brush and tickle in places, there's a good example, you know, that subfloor compacted stone is still showing through. So short of spending another couple of days trying to scrape another half an inch off there, I'm going to have to live with it. There's going to be a damp-proof membrane / radon barrier put on top of this concrete slab, and then a waterproof layer of extruded polystyrene insulation, 4 inches of it, and then another damp-proof membrane before the underfloor heating pipe, and then the final floor screed goes on top. So there's plenty of layers of plastic to stop any water ingress. It's just, you know, this is the first line of defense, and it would be nice if this slab didn't act as a sponge. Anyway, let's get the damp-proof membrane laid and we can get these screed rails in and level. Layer 1. See, I've lapped over each of the edges, ready to go up the wall. Time to fettle this and get this locked in. And there we have it, folks. Damp-proof membrane is laid. Oh yeah. Ready for the, well, it's not quite ready for the concrete, so there is a bunch of corners, details to sort out. Roofers making a roof watertight with the final details, we call it dressing. So I'm going to be dressing the corners. I need to sort out that little area there. In fact, I need some shuttering across there because the appendage is not getting concrete laid in it, because that's going to be outside eventually. So you can see in the bedroom I've started dressing. So that alcove dressing is complete. All of the edges are all detailed and tight. In the ensuite, all of the dressing of the edges and corners are all done. All the dressing around the pipes are all done. I've got a few hours of being on my knees and detailing, so I'm going to break out the knee pads. Thank you, donation from viewer. Knee pads deployed. Whew, they make such a difference. I almost enjoy working on my knees now. I remember thinking to myself in my 20s, when I came across knee pads in the hardware store for the first time, why would anyone need knee pads? Get over yourself. Just get on your knees and crack on. 20 years later, now I know why knee pads exist. Why would you not have knee pads? So here we are, folks. T-minus 45 minutes until the concrete truck turns up with 5.5 meters cubed of the first layer of concrete that's going in this cottage. Everything is prepped and ready. So the ensuite, we've got a couple of screed rails in here. We're going to do this separately. The master bed, we've got 2 bays. So I'm going to have one guy work in one bay, another guy work in another bay, with the guys on the barrows coming in behind them and working our way out towards the doorway there. There's an awkward little dog leg here. So of course we couldn't do this bay all the way to the wall. There's no way to do that. So once they've got to the end of these poles here, we'll reposition the pole sideways like so, and then we'll work our way back out the room from that wall, back to the doorway, and then a final dog leg. We'll rotate the screed rails once more to work our way finally out the doorway there. And then a similar story in the lounge. So we've got 2 bays, one bay this side, second bay this side, working our way towards the door there with a final dog leg to exit the building. Nervous and excited and anxious, and I just want it over with. Yeah, today's the day. I'm looking forward to this evening when I can recover, celebrate and enjoy the momentous milestone of finally reaching where we started, which was back to the cottage with its concrete floor slab in place. Repositioned the van so that out of the way the concrete lorry, so we're going to get the concrete lorry all the way down here. So I'm going to have a cup of tea and 5 minutes relax before the mayhem begins.
So we're getting everything underway, preparing for the big pour, which is really exciting. And one thing that's helping us out hugely with all of these kinds of projects is our Reolink camera. So big thank you to Reolink for sponsoring today's video. As you might know, we put up a gate camera to keep an eye on this gate here. That was the Go PT Ultra, which is really good because it doesn't require any Wi-Fi. It runs off of 4G, so we can put it anywhere on our property. We've actually decided we're going to move that one down to the cow barn because it turns out that our Wi-Fi reaches from my cabin up here. So now we've installed Reolink's Atlas PT Ultra up here. We're going to have people coming and going, helpers showing up, the concrete truck. There's going to be lots of commotion, lots of tools, lots of noise. And so it's really useful to know that our camera can send us alerts if we need to attend to anything up here at the gate, like parcel deliveries or, as we've said before, people leaving the gates open and ponies escaping. That doesn't have to happen anymore, and it hasn't happened since we've had our Reolink cameras up here. So this Atlas Ultra PT is great. It's got 4K resolution, smart motion detection, which can tell the difference between people, cars, and even animals, and the video quality is seriously impressive. You can pan, tilt, and zoom right from within the app. And because it runs off of Wi-Fi and we've got it plugged in to power using this solar panel, it means that we've got a constant view and recording whenever we need it. Before having this gate cam, we would often miss deliveries or miss seeing friends and neighbours who had shown up because we were either not here or, like I said, in the cottage on the other side of the land. And we've had instances of people not realising that this is a dead end, opening our gates to turn around, and the ponies escaping. But no more, thanks to Reolink. So if you have a long driveway or a big property, or you just want to keep eyes on your home, your animals, pets, then go and check out Reolink's cameras. I am sure they will have something to suit your needs. You can get 5% off with our unique code. Head to the links in the description. And, word to the wise, if you're watching this on the 13th when this video goes live, then hurry, because I know that this is the last day for Reolink's Prime Day deals, so even bigger discounts to be had, so don't miss out on that. Thanks again to Reolink for sponsoring today's video. What's it time for?
Comment of the week.
So we have been absolutely loving reading through everybody's votes and suggestions on our paint choices from the cottage. Some really good advice, some suggestions for new colours, like sage green seems to be quite a winner. And we had a number of people, including Catherine Armson, who have suggested actually painting the interior white for a year. Lots of people suggesting this. It's quite a compelling argument, so we're really going to think on that. And Catherine should know what she's talking about. She has an Irish cottage and she's an interior designer. So thank you, Catherine, and thank you everybody for all of your votes and suggestions. So interesting and also so helpful. And also special mention to Brett Jenny Hagen, who said, Cori, I think you might be distantly related to Bob Ross. This really made us chuckle because I have enjoyed many an afternoon watching Bob Ross paint things when I was younger, so perhaps that has influenced me.
Thanks everyone for your comments. We love them as always. Keep them coming.
Carry your bucket.
Huh?
Yeah, so you're ready. Facing this way so you can barrow it straight.
No, just. I've got time.
You switching to camera duty after this?
Yeah, the wife's on the barrow.
that?
How many barrows?
Yeah.
You're 1/5 of the way.
1/5. Too bad.
Any excuse.
Let's get my laser out.
Yeah.
$10mm difference between the door and the ender. That's half inch.
Yeah.
You just had a roll call coffee.
Coffee, yes.
Huh? From the coffee, Malcolm?
Shall I make a cafetiere?
Make a cafetiere.
Nice,
Yeah.
yeah. Is it flapjack time yet, or we're not there yet?
we got
Why didn't you say that 2 hours ago?
This is the point at which I keep you going with the flapjack.
Immediately, and then you feed them all through the day.
Just throw them at people's faces. That's my job today. I'm not on the barrow, I'm on the kettle. This is my job today, keeping everybody caffeinated. I'm in the van. We've had to park the van on a really steep slope. I mean, what else do we have here? Out of the way of the concrete mixer, and everything is at such an angle in here. I'm like sliding away. I'm trying really hard not to spill anything. Making a big cafetiere of coffee. I made flapjacks yesterday for the lads, keep everybody fueled. I sent my daughter and her friends off to the charity shop in preparation for mugs. We've got a really random selection. I think this one is my favourite. Because we have precisely 3 mugs living in the caravan, and I was like, oh no, we're going to have 7 extra people on site today, so her and her friends did really well on their little mission to get mugs.
Kayvan! You want to do the poll?
Yeah. He said he's got about 2 cubes left, so we should be bang on. When I put my...
Alright, so use long. Use
That's over there, I've got another one.
just less than 2 left. Just less than 2.
So this room is 1.8 total.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems more. Yeah, it does seem more. So there's a metre in here at least.
So this is 7.8 long by 3.8 wide, so 2. No, that's 2.4 with 100mm, but this is an 85mm slab.
So what's the floor area? 2.
7.75 times 3.8.
Halfway in 2.5 metres.
2.5.
Have enough for here, will we?
Oh yeah,
1.8 seems very little in here, Anyway, this is what it is.
How much is this room measuring at in total?
1.8, but Malcolm's just done 2.5.
2.5, 2.5 metres in here.
100% you've enough for this room.
Yeah.
You know by looking at this, that it was going to take over 2 metres.
Yeah.
Well, you would.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, you know that.
Right, stop there. Back a bit. Stop there. Right. 3, 2, 1. I asked it to give us lighter barrows. Down,
Oh,
down.
do lighter barrels, will you?
The finishing line is in sight, gents. I'll do the final few feet around the score. Thank you.
I'll just edit it, make it look like you did it all. It's fine.
Every barrow.
Every barrel. It's supposed to go in.
Oh yeah. Giving out. Can't afford to waste it. That's a bad idea.
Good. So good.
Another Angus.
Please. Belly's coming handy.
Oh shit, man! You don't have any boots.
I got plastic bags inside.
Like a pro.
Bro. Camera there, don't we?
Oh, what? And this is
Mine, yeah.
She's got no chance of lifting it in here.
Come on, man.
Do an empty barrow.
So, what are we standing on?
We are standing on a concrete floor.
Hear that? That is the echo of newly poured concrete. Oh my goodness. How does it feel to be on terra firma?
Yeah, it's quite a epic milestone. I mean, we've reset back to where we started this time last year.
That's quite depressing, actually, isn't it?
Well, no, there's been loads of progress other than just the floor, right? So,
Of course there
all
has,
of
yeah.
the cabling and the stove and all of the plumbing.
Yeah.
So,
The plastering.
plastering, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely progress, but there is just something quite funny and ever slightly depressing that we started a year ago digging out the concrete floor, and now we've just put back in the concrete floor. But hey, all these things have to happen in a certain order.
Onwards and upwards, right?
Onwards and upwards, and that echoey sound. It's funny how different the acoustics are in here.
Yeah, there's no longer a soil floor to absorb all of the sound.
Yeah, so it was pretty tight there for a minute. We didn't know if we'd ordered enough concrete, did we? We were thinking that the ensuite wouldn't get done.
So I ordered 10% more, like you should with any building materials, 10%. It's a good rule of thumb.
Well done.
Thank you. And we had 3 wheelbarrows excess to go. So it couldn't have really
tight.
got much tighter.
No, and we didn't think we were going to have that though.
No.
When you guys were halfway through the lounge, having done the bedroom, it was looking like
No, we
won't
were
have enough for the final.
already discussing mixing up by hand the final batch with some random aggregate that was just hanging about outside and some bags of cement. So that would have been a bit soul destroying after watching the cement mixer leave, having not actually completed the pour. Yeah. So really pleased to have managed to complete the pour with the ordered quantity, with a mere three wheelbarrows spare excess.
That's some precision ordering there.
Yeah, spot on, absolutely bang on. Big shout out, big thanks to all of the guys that I had out helping me on the day.
Yeah.
You guys are legends. For that one day you've helped this dream of ours come true.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. It was such a fun crew as well, weren't they?
Motley crew.
Motley crew, yeah. Ragtag bunch.
Yeah. From all over the planet as well. It was a multinational crew,
It
wasn't
was a multinational crew, yeah. It was a fun day actually. It was a little bit tense, but it was a fun day.
Well, concrete pours are always tense. It was a 4 a.m. wake up for me, and so I managed 5 hours sleep, but I wasn't getting back to sleep after I woke up. And then a 12-hour day, which was following all of the 10 p.m. finishes that week.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough week on you.
Yeah, so
because even after everybody went home and the pour was done, then when you take the rails out to support it, then you had to like hand mix and fill in those gaps. So you were still, even after everybody went home and the concrete truck left and everything, you were still working into that night, weren't you?
Yeah, so 7:30 that evening I finished, and
12-hour day.
Yeah.
And we had a relaxed Sunday to make up for it, didn't we?
Exactly.
Yeah. I felt done in by the end of the day. I don't know why, because I didn't lift a single wheelbarrow, and despite the threats from all involved, all I did was dispense teas, coffees and flapjacks. I think it's just the kind of excitement and adrenaline.
Yeah, it's the adrenaline for sure. Yeah, it's adrenaline fueled day. So glad it's behind us now. Glad it's done. Onwards and upwards, literally.
Yep. Keep building this floor back up.
Yeah, so insulation, underfloor heating next, radon barrier, all of that fun stuff.
I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to turn our attention back to the homestead, because it's that time of year, everything is popping. Ponies need some attention. Well, they get attention every day, but they need some additional pasture management. Like, there's always something. So yeah, next week, probably homesteading stuff, as well as reno, because it never quits. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your encouragement. As always, we really appreciate you. We mean that. It makes such a difference to us having this motley crew with us, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
See you next week, folks.
See you, folks. Look at this floor. This is so much easier.
It's so easy to walk on.
Thanks, folks.
Bye.
Go over here. Go over here. We do laps.
This is to make up for that last week. I'm dizzy now. Oh.
What's the saying? I had to hunt high and low. No, I had to hunt far and wide.
Oh.
It's like a chapel.
Oh, monastic archers.
Chapel of suffering.
Our temple of stupidity. I think the camera decided this is too boring. Cut me off.
Altar of
Self-sacrifice. Oh, you could keep going with this for days.